Hey, this is Chaz Horn, and I appreciate you being part of Mastery of Selling B2B for the Small Business. And by the way, this group is only going to work the more that you engage. You need to come with your problems, your ideas, your challenges, and yes, your failures. Because we fail forward, meaning we learn through our failures. And if we don't get outside of our comfort zone, then we're not going to grow. And as we come with all of our experiences, we all have different experiences, and we've learned from getting out of our comfort zone, and so we can help one another from our past experiences. So today I want to talk about the 4 key components that are essential to having a successful and effective meeting with a customer or prospect. And by the way, 80% of salespeople don't use these when meeting with a customer or prospect. First, you're going to come to a meeting, and obviously you'll have a plan. You've done your research on the company. You've done research on the person you're meeting with, what their role is, their background through LinkedIn, Bing, Google, Facebook. And you're going to have a goal, an objective for the meeting. And you're also going to have questions that you've prepared, open-ended questions. But first and foremost, before you get into the meeting, into the meat of the meeting, you want to find out what the agenda is of the customer or prospect. And by the way, almost nobody ever asks this question. And it's key because you don't want to ramble on about all these things about your company, how great you are, and what you've done. I mean, their eyes are just going to roll back in the back of their head, okay? Don't sound like every other salesperson. Differentiate yourself. And when you ask about their agenda, John, before we get started, I had a few things I wanted to talk about. But first, I wanted to know what you would like to discuss. Is there anything you'd like to see in here? Or would you like to accomplish something in our meeting? Is there something specific that you'd like to accomplish? Any of those things that you could bring up in your own way. And when they give you feedback, then make sure you incorporate that into the meeting. And then, of course, you're going to come forth. John, before we get started, I just want to make sure that it's okay because I want to discuss these 3 areas. A, B, C, did some research on your company, information from our last meeting, whatever it may be. Make sure you get clarity on that and acceptance from the customer or prospect so that you have direction for your meeting and you're not wandering aimlessly. If you do this, just these 2 things, you're going to be way above the rest of the other salespeople that are meeting with them. You're going to be perceived as a true professional because you are. So the 3rd thing you need is, John, it's duration, by the way. John, we talked about meeting for an hour. Is that still good for you? Yes. Now you don't have to be concerned about, wow, I'm going long. Do I have enough time? You've got those things out of the way. So you get into the heart of the meeting, you follow with your agenda, and you make sure that you're touching on the agenda points that they talk to you about. There's one very key thing that you need to have to make the 4 key components. Can you guess what that is? Comment below the video and let me know. Until then, go rock this day.